If I hear one more person or read one more comment that says, oh, you'll get paid when all this is over, I don't know why you're worrying. Getting paid when all this is over is not paying my bills today. We are dealing with the consequences of someone else's actions. So don't you dare blame me for not being prepared. Oh, you should have money in savings. Oh, you're a federal employee. You should be prepared for this kind of stuff. No, that's where you're wrong. I shouldn't have to take out of my savings because someone else can't do their freaking job. Meanwhile, I'm here being essential, taking care of people, and I can't even do my job, but I'm the one getting yelled at and cussed out because still someone else's actions. Have some compassion.
Now, first of all, I want to say this to any of the federal employees right now that are being furloughed and they're dealing with just this constant worry. I feel for you. Thank you for everything you do. You guys do an awesome job. I appreciate it. I'm not those type of people that want to bash someone because I don't know what they do. And one politician said, oh, government employees are not good, so all of a sudden I'm going to bash them. No. These federal employees, man, are really essential for us. And anyone that is not getting a check right now, even though they might get it later on, it doesn't solve the problem that they're having right now. None of them signed up to this at all. That's why most of these labor unions are just being extremely upset because these federal employees are being used as pawns. And right now, during the toughest time with cost of living, everything being so high, it's really hard for some of these federal employees to just get by. And now let me say this, simply telling people, hey, you should just save more. That doesn't work, right, guys? It does not work because no one wants to use their emergency fund for a reason that they feel like they have no control over, for something this dumb. Because me personally, every time I have to dip into my emergency fund, I hate it. I hate it. I hate dipping into an emergency fund unless it's a true emergency, like something happened to my car or whatever. But when it's something stupid, none of us like dipping into our emergency fund. We just don't. And this right now is just dumb, right? Politics are using federal employees as pawn. And it's just really sad to see, man. I really, really hate seeing exactly what's going on right now because most of these people out there are just struggling, man. They just want to go to work, right? They want to go to work. They're not complaining. They're not on social media talking about, I hate my job. I want to quit my job. No, these people are showing up to their job, doing everything that they can do to help us out. Right, because I want to be a federal employee as well. I want to become a forensic accounting. Cause I feel like, it's pretty cool for the government. I could try to, track some terrorists and the money that they're misusing, and just use my skills to help. Right, I never joined the military, but I feel like joining the government to be a federal employee is a pretty cool, honorable thing to do. But it seems like now in 2025, people are just bashing them, and they have no compassion at all for some of these federal employees for what they're going through. It's really sad and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, so you're right. There is a law on the books that guarantees that federal workers get back pay if the government shuts down. And you want to know who signed that into law? President Trump in his first term. But now it appears the president has changed his mind on that. The president says that some workers deserve back pay and some do not. And just a few days ago, I asked the president how he's going to decide that.
How will you decide which workers get back pay and which workers do not?
Well, we're going to see most of them are going to get back pay, and we're going to try and make sure of that. But some of them are being hurt very badly by the Democrats, and they therefore won't qualify.
Now, first of all, I got some good news for people out there right now that unfortunately being furloughed, and at the same time, you're hearing all these politics are saying you possibly get fired during these times. Well, a federal judge just came out and blocked the Trump administration from firing employees right now, especially during these times with the government shutdown. So that right there is good news. But this just shows you how politics is playing, right? People just playing these games and putting all this fear to people who have nothing to do with it. They have nothing to do at all with this government shutdown. The only thing this government shutdown has to do with is politicians being politicians. But if you guys don't know, it's really all about the Affordable Care Act and the subsidies that's part of it that's expiring in the end of the year. And you even have Marjorie Taylor Greene, okay, guys? Marjorie Taylor Greene is even saying, all right, that's a little enough. Let's come to an agreement. That way we can make sure in the end of the year, some of these healthcare recipients are not going to struggle financially because people's premiums are going to double. And some people, as of now, they can't even afford it And when that happens, they certainly cannot afford it. So that's why this whole government shutdown is happening. But the man himself, as you heard the lady say, the man himself signed this. He signed that if there ever is a government shutdown, the federal employees will get paid once the government shutdown is done. And right now it's on day 15. The longest shutdown that we have on record is in 2018, I believe it was. Yeah, 2018, where it shut down for 35 days. For 35 days. We're halfway there, but still, 35 days is what's going to take to break the record for the longest time for a government shutdown. You guys drop a comment down below. You let me know. Do you think it's going to break that record, or you think this is going to solve? They're going to solve this really quickly because what the Democrats are asking for is reasonable.
Today is day 11 of the government shutdown, and I just received my last paycheck for the unforeseeable future. It came a little early for some reason, but as expected, it was a day short because of how the pay period works, and some of my fellow coworkers even had 2 days short on their checks. I know that we are almost 2 weeks into the government shutdown so far, but with getting this last check, it really just hit me that this is the last time I'll be getting paid for the unforeseeable future. We should be getting back paid, but things change every day. We were fine financially for a while, but it still sucks having to dip into savings, not knowing when it can be replenished. Just want to reiterate that safety is always our #1 priority, so at no point in this shutdown will we ever compromise safety. If we became short-staffed for any reason, we would just slow things down.
Now that's an example right there of what the federal employees do, right? It's air traffic control. A lot of flights right now being delayed due to this. A lot of them being furloughed, and a lot of them got to go into work, but when they're short-staffed, as you said, for safety reasons, a lot of flights will get canceled. And that's what's happening right now throughout the United States. So many people who are traveling now, they're dealing with flights being canceled and delayed, all because of this government shutdown. A little interesting nugget, in case you guys didn't know, because he sounds very calm, but if I was in his shoes, I'd be extremely upset and a little freaked out by now. Because did you know that the median pay for air traffic controller, the salary, is $144,000? So that means, yes, some people making a little less, and some people are actually making a little bit more. So if it was $144,000, as the research that I did, and their check is at least $8,000 to $10,000 a month is what they're getting. Can you imagine going a whole month without having an $8,000 to $10,000 hitting your account, and you have to find ways to just float that in your emergency fund? Most people right now don't even have $500 in their savings account. Okay, let's be very honest. Can you imagine $8,000 to $10,000 in your emergency to cover now because that check is not coming in? The stress you're gonna have due to that is just not cool at all. And that's why so many federal employees all over social media just freaking out and stressing out. And I love the fact that so many of them are getting support. You get some people's comments saying, you should know better, but no one expects this to happen. Everyone wants to say what to do after the fact. But as I said, majority of society, they don't even have an emergency fund, not even $200, okay? Most people have none whatsoever. Some people have hardly any money at all in their retirement account. So telling someone, you should have done better, no. Right now, during these times, everyone is struggling. Of course, if you have that money, then okay, that's great. But no one wants to dip into the emergency fund right now, especially with the holidays coming up, and you're not knowing when your next check is going to come, right? That's the scary thing about it all. You could think, yeah, I could use this money now, but when's the next check going to come? That's why I highly advise people out there to please start right now, telling your landlord exactly what's going on and work something out with your rent. A lot of these companies, man, they'll work with you, especially credit card companies. And I currently have USAA because my wife was in the military. So due to that, I have USAA. And I even seen it. They said 70,000 loans, interest-free loans, have been given to federal employees or some people in the military service during these times. There's things out there to help you out. Now, I know getting a loan sucks. I know, because some people are not good with it. They might get that loan and say, you know what, I don't have to pay it back now. I'll pay back. Oh, no, that's why I'm a little bit worried about that. But it is an option. Okay, there's so many options that's out there, and you have to go out and take advantage of them. Trust me, it's there to help you. It's temporary. You have to take advantage of this, especially if you have no money at all saved in your emergency fund.
Okay, day 1 of being furloughed, guys. So I just got an email saying that I've been placed on furlough status. However, during this period, I may be contacted at any time and instructed to perform specific expected work. So I'm not getting paid. I can be on call, basically, and I can't go on a cruise because I was like, oh, maybe I'll go on a little vacation or some. Negative. I have to be available at all times with no pay, zero money, on call, but I'm furloughed. What the fuck?
At least she's having fun with it, right? And she could joke around. And I will tell you this is my advice. You guys let me know what you think. You shouldn't be going on vacation right now. Right now is not the time to go on vacation. There's a lot of uncertainty, and spending money now to go on vacation is probably not the smartest thing to do. Okay, let's be very honest. That's not the smartest thing to do. But I will tell you this: that's the part that sucks the most. Is the fact is you're being furloughed, being told to stay home, but we could call you 24/7 in case we need you. And that just shows you how essential these employees are. But you can't just simply just follow them and just have them just stay home and that's it. They actually need them to go in and to work for free, right? To work for free. It's a crappy situation, man. You guys drop a comment down below and you let me know. This is really a sad situation. As I said, we're 15 days into this government shutdown. Hopefully things would get better, but this is really tough. And if there's anyone out there right now that's a federal employee, drop a comment down below and let me know what your experience is right now. How are you feeling? Hopefully in this video, you get some good support. People let you know, things are going to be all right because you really need it, right? A lot of these federal employees right now, they need the support because it's a really scary thing. And right now, especially during these times, to not get a paycheck. Yeah, you might get it in the future, but that still sucks. Drop a comment down below, guys. Let me know how you feel. At the same time, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Peace.